that should be live. That one. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, good old new carving. This is oak, much harder material. I'm trying something different. I'm a little nervous. I don't think it's gonna work out real great. But hey, what you gonna do? The only way to get better is to fail, right? Pick some church music for doing a Wendy carving. I know it's not like a huge part of his brand, I would say. He's not shy about the fact that he is Christian, but he's not like, he doesn't make a ton of religious content. He does make some. But that's one of the things that really endeared me to him, made me start following him. Because especially when I first found him, a lot of people, it was Christianity, religion in general, had a pretty negative view on the internet. I think it's largely come, it's not the same anymore. I don't think there's that stigma around it there used to be. There still is to an extent. Oh, I didn't explain. You can't really see because of the light. It's got his name up here. Put an actual little O at the top to do the night vision thing. Another reason I'm nervous about this is I'm going to do some painting on this. I don't normally like painting wood, but I'm going to do like a glow in the dark or like glow in the dark or black light. I know I got black light for down here. It says, I shall go where, and I don't know why I spaced it like this. I shall go where they live. What has light to fear from dark? Like I said, I really like that he's openly a religious person, but doesn't make it his identity. Yeah, this is a lot harder than the poplar. I might end up scrapping this, starting over on a piece of poplar. Same design, but oh man, that oak is rough to carve. I'm also going to try some different techniques on this one, because you know, stepping up to a harder wood wasn't enough of a increase in difficulty for somebody who's done half of a decent wood carve. Felt the need to add layers to it. Oh, also, I don't know if it comes across on camera, does it? If you get your fat hands out of the way. It's supposed to be kind of mimicking the iceberg. He does a lot of iceberg videos. So I thought it was kind of cool to do like the Wendigo, which it really is, this is just a deer skull, but like the Wendigo skull as an iceberg. I don't know how. I have some ideas. I'm not sure how well they'll come out for how to make it look like the bottom of the iceberg. When I was outlining this, I was worried I was going in too deep because I did a little side project off camera. And I was outlining it and I went too deep and it fucked it up. So I went a little lighter on this one, and I think that might have been a mistake. I think also I need to go with lighter cuts. Now see, that's the problem with you guys being up here. I can't jostle it as much because it'll shake the camera. Well, not as bad as when it were strapped to me, so maybe I'm overthinking it. And I don't know if it's just because I got this from Lowe's. Hard to find a good lumber vendor. At least I haven't found any. But I don't know if it's just the stuff they have at Lowe's. Does it show up like that? You can kind of see it. Got this real open grain running through it. And it just carves terribly. Imagine this would be easier if I used this mallet. I can't imagine that would sound great. I might get distracted partway through. It's been a hell of a day, let me tell you. So at the place I work, I had a job to repair something for Honey Bucket, which if you aren't familiar, I think they're a national company. Honey Bucket does sewers and septic systems. What I had to repair was definitely used in a sewage situation. I had to grind it up and clean it, and got that literally that shit all over me. When I came home at lunch, I could wash my clothes and take a shower, scrub up real good. Get out of there, you bastard. And while I was home cleaning up, I found a fucking snake in here. And I was looking around, and I think it's just a boa. I'm not like, it's nothing I need to be super concerned with. It's not poisonous. They don't even really bite. Not like that anyway. I was trying to catch him. I'm gonna put him outside. And he climbed into the wall. I don't know where he went from there. He might have went under the house, into the crawl space. And if that's where he's at, he's more than welcome to stay there. I don't mind snakes like that. But he also might have gone up into the attic, which is concerning. I'm worried a snake might just drop out, because there's holes in my ceiling. No, hold on. Yeah, the ceiling, not the roof. Just this old shiplap. Got old knot holes and stuff. And it's shrunk and stretched and moved up over the years. The house is almost 100 years old, and I'm willing to bet that the shiplap is probably original. I'd love to open it up, fix it, replace some of the more damaged boards and stuff like that, but it's just so expensive. I think with the oak, I really gotta go with the grain. It is gonna fight me trying to go cross grain. No, that worked out okay. I realize one of my problems with this is perspective. I am not an artist. I never got the whole perspective thing. And for some of the stuff, that's fine. Like the rosy one, how I drew that, perspective wasn't important. I don't think it's super critical on this one either. But it would help. Now I can cheat a little bit by varying the actual depth. Oh fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I wanted to try and use this curved one more to try and, like I said, cheat. How bad are you guys wobbling? Oh, not bad. Of course, it's a modern camera. It probably has some level of stabilization. Oop. Okay, this is cutting okay. I sharpened this chisel Monday. And when it first got sharpened, it was still not cutting fantastic. But it's doing better. You know, yeah. Yeah, it was the top you guys couldn't see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to completely redo the text here. But that's fine. I don't know if you can kind of tell. Yeah, I bought stencils, so it's a little more consistent. Maybe we should do one freehand one of these days. Wonder if that's maybe I would do a little bit better without the outlining. I'd still draw. Oh, it's warm in here. They said it was gonna rain. Actually, they said it was going to thunderstorm, but so far it's just dreary, which is fine by me. I like dreary. Oh, I never really explained. I guess I kind of did. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that wendigoon he's this good person, or at least as far as I'm aware, is a good person. Everyone seems to say he is. He's a Christian, but he deals with these super dark topics, the creepypastas, the serial killers, horror movies. And so that's what my little quote is about. It's him being like a source of light, exploring these darker topics. Let me try. Excuse me a moment. I was kind of curious about the idea of light and dark fearing one another. There's mutual exclusives in a way. Yeah, the car's a lot better this direction. As mutual exclusives, who wins that fight? Kind of a matter of perspective, I guess. Now, as a Christian myself, I'm inclined to say light wins over dark. But it's not as if there aren't instances of otherwise good being consumed in darkness. Like that phrase, consumed in darkness, is common enough. There's this. It was not apparent. I was thinking the antlers and the holes, I'm going to do like I did with the rosy one, and do a hard line, and then I'm trying to do like a curved with the skull. Not sure why. I don't think it makes necessarily any sense, but it made sense to me when I was drawing this. And while past me has fucked me over plenty, I kind of have to deal with what he does. Getting mad at him doesn't really help either of us. Now the eyes in this are going to be interesting. I was also thinking about like lowering this down. If I can get that deeper, I might. Unfortunately, open green. I don't know if that's the proper term, but seems proper to me. It's right in the center of that eye. But I guess it's better that it's in the center rather than on the edge. Because I'm just hogging that out. But who cares if it's a little ugly? I'm gonna burn it all anyway. I've talked about the Rosie carving a few times. I thought it was really cool that she commented on it and said nice things. I'm appreciative of that, but I am a little concerned about how much I was like, oh, this is awesome. Based on my count is how you end up like so many people you don't want to end up like. Of course, that's nothing new. Plenty of people I know before the internet ruin themselves or not ruin themselves to gain the adoration of people who don't really matter. So that's kind of a timeless idea, right? And ageless too. Well, not completely ageless, I guess. No. I think it's ageless. Little kids do it to impress, you know, whichever friend they decide is the coolest because they're taller or they can run faster. Young people do it to impress boys or girls they like, who are not people worth impressing. And old folks do it to impress young people. Kind of a... like all that sort of crap, huh? I wonder how much of life could fit in that category, being ageless. I feel like changing is. We're constantly turning into new people. That's not inherently a bad thing. One of the traps I feel like people fall into, especially younger folks, college age young, where you get this notion in your head that change is good. Change is not good. Change is not bad either. Change is change. Once you ascribe qualities to it like good and bad. End up really goofy places. End up either projecting change that could be a great benefit to you, end up just falling for everything, every scam and ploy, because it's, hey, it's change, it's different, make it good. I feel like that's real easy to glean some politics from that. How are we doing time-wise? Only half hour. And I'm just thinking about the Amish, as I often do. They're people who resist change to a significant degree. But actually, hearing their philosophy takes at least some of the ridicule out of it. Don't get me wrong, I still love good Amish jokes. But it's not that they think you can't advance. They just say any advancement has to be positive. And anything that's negative is prohibited. And most modern technology, well, they freely admit that it's incredibly useful, and also encourages, in their opinion, sloth and the like. Drives us further from family. Which, you know, looking around at the world today, it's hard to argue that point. Sure, there are exceptions, people who use it to get closer to family, do better, but those are the exception, not the rule. Quick sneak check. Oh no. Don't see him. I'm gonna keep looking for him, and then as soon as I'm like, okay, yeah, he's probably gone, he's gonna fucking pop up. I'm really worried I'm gonna step on him when I get up in the morning. Get up at night to piss. Again, boas aren't. I keep saying he's a boa. I have no fucking expertise in identifying snakes at all. I've never owned a snake. Well, I think they're cool. Never had interest in owning a snake. But I don't know why I'm so confident that this guy is a boa. Other than anytime I see a boa constrictor, they look a lot like this guy did, only bigger. This one was a baby. Well, he's probably about as wide as this, which is almost a foot, I think. Man, this oak, not liking me carving it, I'll tell you that much. Which is a shame, it's a beautiful wood. Like the poplar was nice, don't get me wrong, but it's... She's the girl next door more than the supermodel, you know what I mean? God, are those still a thing? Supermodels? Are supermodels kind of like... And this feels almost disrespectful to say. Well, were they kind of like the first iterations of the Paris Hilton thing? Oh, was Paris Hilton the first iteration? Hold on, I'm gonna go grab another beer. She's the first one I remember being famous for quote-unquote being famous. Oop, not that one. You guys want one? Swing and a miss. Ah, hell, it's garbage night. I did not sharpen this chisel. That seems to be cutting okay. This is supposed to be the break in the water line. Where you get that blue sky up here, and then it's down into the deep waters. This down here. Name for the thickness of that break? Am I the only one who ever noticed that? Like you go swimming and you got goggles on and you see the line? That always kind of weirded me out because I don't know, it just seems weird. Oop, not that one. All right. We gonna try it? Let's try it. I want to take just the surface off of this. I mean, more than just the surface. I want the side to be just slightly lower. I don't know if that makes sense. In my head it does. Yeah, probably should have. Just take the corner off. Oh, did I stick my face in there? Yeah, you can see my beard though. Are there any Amish streamers? I know that sounds like a dumb question if you don't know much about the Amish, but they do use the internet. And they can use it for work and for finding people to join them. Not like a recruitment thing. Like find husbands for the daughters and wives for the sons. You can be in one Amish community and find somebody in a different community. Marry. I think this side needs to be deeper. Ooh. Easy, old man. You're gonna fuck up the bottom of the socket. It is nice when they curl real even, isn't it? Ah! Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Well, it being a skull, that's okay. Just cracked right there. How much art do you think gets made that way? Of just like, ah, fuck, I fucked this up. Well, now it's an artistic choice. Hit from this angle, that kind of looks like eyelashes. I'm gonna flip this, see how it looks. Let's just shake it off a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot better. I was gonna try and finish this tomorrow. I might not have time. Because I might have to take these chisels to the stone again. I can already tell this oak is tearing up edges. This is a pretty cheap set of chisels. So it's not surprising they can't hold a great edge forever. But honestly, for I think it was $70, they're doing pretty good. Man, I got farther than I thought I would. Now I have to figure out what I'm doing here. Because part of my idea was I can just kind of like just hog material off here and then slowly do less and less. I also thought of taking like this guy and just kind of carving lines in. But then how do I get the message here? Man. I could carve the words here. And then do my lines. And then if I pull some out, I just immediately go back and carve it back in. Is that what we want to do? I just noticed how fat this horn is. Definitely not stalling. Let's try it. I want to get a better V groove chisel. Don't get me wrong, this one's great, but I would like one this size. I had one and I fucked it up. Of course, I had a full set of really nice chisels at one point. That was at my first home, which I unfortunately lost. Default. Not doing good. Stopped going to work. Stopped paying bills. So they took my shit away. I'm still almost done dealing with the repercussions of that period. Granted, I would be done if I had made some other choices. The last thing I gotta worry about is I had a car get repossessed. Turns out I owed him a good chunk of money, even after the repossession. I didn't learn about it till I bought this house. I was on a payment plan with them for a while. That was going good. But then my car broke down. Well, it started to break down. I bought a new car. The payments for the car plus the old car, plus a couple other things, was too much for me to pay for by myself. So I got a personal loan. Almost paid off. Good, because I am one of the people who bought solar. Didn't really care about the solar part, but bundled in a really cheap roof with it, and I really needed a new roof. So I got the solar, and the company I went with, I haven't had to pay that bill for 6 months. That 6 months ends in next week. The plan was, with the rebate I got from the solar, pay off the personal loan. Unfortunately, some stuff came up and it didn't exactly work. Close though. Personal loan should be paid off. By the way, when you get old, this is what you talk about. Is payment plans and what those assholes in the White House are doing. Yeah, that's a young thing nowadays, isn't it? Everybody has to weigh in on politics. I was young, you just cared about getting your dick wet. Now the young kids are like, oh, what do you think of this policy? Shut up. I want to hear about your girlfriend or something. That sounded weird. That wasn't appropriate. Yeah, back in the day, politics was an old person thing. Sure, there were the young activists here and there. Again, exceptions, not the rule. That R got a little funky. Hold on, let me check. Is the music still going? Hold on. Yes. I don't know why YouTube started doing the hey, are you still listening thing? Maybe that's just if you don't have premium. This account doesn't. My other account does. Oh, I gotta put... I had a glove similar to this at work. I put one of them in my back pocket. Brought it home on accident. Keep meaning to put it in my bag to take to work. Keep forgetting it. Did I make a schedule? There's a schedule in my head. I know Twitch has a schedule feature. I don't know. Wondering if Twitch likes it more if you post a schedule. Yeah, some of this lettering is getting a little rough. Sorry, I thought I saw the snake. What a real cavalcade of animals around here. I have mice. I've had mice. I know about the mice. But recently there's a lot of strays around here, but there's one that was looking rough. I felt bad. So I went and got him. And cat food I've been giving him. I think I've been giving him. I've been putting it outside and it's gone the next day. I don't necessarily know that he or she's eating it. Could be any number of critters. I think there's coyotes here. Yeah, I didn't outline this and I'm fucking flying through it. Where's that pot? Hello? That's probably just me being inexperienced at this. Well, that boy, unfortunately, you came right towards the end of stream. Oh, we're gonna finish off this word and call it a night. Other than that, I'm doing all right. Getting over a weird day at work. Weird day after work. But weird is better than bad, right? Yeah. I think I'm just gonna finish this G and call it a night. Well, made some decent progress. Cause I tilt that. Can you see it a little bit better? Yeah, decent progress. I'll finish this probably tomorrow. Well, I'll finish carving it. I'll finish it. Do the finishing this weekend. That's about it for me. Alright. I'm tired. Get out of here.